Welcome to the Woodpreneur podcast, the best podcast for the business and marketing side of the sawmill, lumber, and wood industry. What's a woodpreneur? If you have a business where you make money as a woodworker, sawmill owner, selling slabs, or a content creator, then you're a woodpreneur. My name's Steve Larosiliere, and I started Woodpreneur Life, Acres of Timber, and the Woodpreneur podcast just for makers, wood entrepreneurs, and small business owners just like you. We're on a mission to empower thousands of wood businesses to grow sustainably and put out great products. Each week, I interview makers, sawyers, content creators, and 6- and 7-figure entrepreneurs that know the wood industry inside and out. With topics covering everything from the urban lumber movement, sustainable sourcing and design, we'll discuss the ins and outs of how to grow, monetize, and fully immerse yourself in the woodpreneur lifestyle. If you're a hobbyist, a full-time wood business owner, part-time entrepreneur who wants to become a content creator, or quit your day job to pursue your dreams, the Woodpreneur podcast is just for you. Thanks so much for listening. Now enjoy this episode. Hey, welcome to a brand new episode of the Woodpreneur podcast. This is your host, Steve Larosiliere. Today's guest is Andrew Bateman from Bateman Labs. How you doing, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm doing great. How are you, Steve?
I'm well, thank you. Hey, why don't you tell everybody about Bateman Labs and your perfect lounge chair? Tell everybody.
My brother and I started the company in 2019, just before COVID happened. He's a computer
Mm-hmm.
programmer, and I'm a journeyman cabinet maker. And he came to me one day and said, his neck and back and shoulders are constantly in pain from working at a desk for 10, 12 hours a day. Asked me to make him something that could be used basically from the couch or chair or whatever. And so we started, developing some prototypes and looking at options. And then COVID happened, and we decided to get really serious about this. So, our whole idea was to develop a workstation that is much more comfortable and much more, actually technology focused, instead of using a desk. And we developed the armchair to sort of be that solution for that. We also do custom commissions as well, so we'll do
Mm-hmm.
tables and millwork and stuff like that. We've been doing cabinetry a little bit because that's what my whole background has been. Oh gosh, 13 years basically. I've been working in the
Yeah,
cabinet and millwork industry.
yeah.
That's a little bit about us.
That's cool. So you're literally a product, like a single product focus brand with some side quest of tables and cabinetry and millworks. That's kind of what you do.
You got it. Yeah, absolutely. We weren't initially going to actually take on any custom cabinetry or anything like that when we started the shop, but bills pile up, and we had the capacity to do it. We got an edge bander, and with that, we were pretty much good to go. We already had our CNC for developing products and stuff like that. So, because my background was in that, we were able to just start offering that. And we've never done any advertising that we ever do any cabinetry. We were just kind of word of mouth. And we've had a backlog for the last 2 years, pretty much ever since. So it's been good.
Wow. How talk to me about like the prototyping process and the launching of the chair. How did you do that?
So yeah, basically behind the scenes of us, doing all these custom millwork and cabinetry products and stuff, we'd been sort of developing the chair at the same time. And what
Mm-hmm.
we actually did was we started with the IKEA Poang chair. My brother had a
Mm-hmm.
friend who was using it as his desk chair, and he said, like, do you think we could develop a desk that attaches to the IKEA Poang chair? And I went,
Mm.
yeah, let's give it a shot. So we did, and yeah, we developed that in not it didn't take too long to develop that. It was like a few weeks kind of a thing. We've revised the design quite a bit since then and everything. But yeah, we started selling that on our Etsy and through our website, and I think we've sold over about 1,500 of those now,
Wow.
um,
Wow.
which has been awesome. It's just a nice little product to keep us going, and it was a really
Yeah.
nice introduction into that sort of world. So we kind of knew, like, we sort of based the ergonomics off of how the Poang felt, sort of. And then we knew we wanted like a better looking sort of a lounge chair sort of a thing to go with. So my brother's whole thing was he didn't want to be subject to the basement or, some side room. He wanted to be able to put his workstation in his living room in his house and not have his wife be mad at him. So, yeah, we kind of
And have it look good too, and have it look good and not be intrusive,
e-
right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
exactly. So we kind of took those two concepts of being super comfortable while you work and something be, really nice like a piece of furniture. And we sort of built it around that concept. And yeah, we came up with the V armchair.
How is how do you get the word out now?
At the moment, so we've done a couple of gaming conferences. I don't know if you've heard of PAX West and East. It's started as the Penny Arcade Expo,
Hmm.
and has grown to this huge thing. So we did PAX West in Seattle in September, and there was about 100,000 people that attended that. And that was
Yeah.
our first launch of the chair. And we didn't know how it was going to go, how it was going to be received. So we kind of set them up for gaming oriented setups. And everyone just absolutely loved it. We got people coming up to us at the show like, "Hey, is this the chair I've been hearing about everywhere?" And we're like,
Yeah.
I hope so."
Uh-huh.
So yeah, we just did PAX East in Boston in March, and that also went amazing. We got a bunch of orders from both West and East, and then we're doing West again in September, and we're doing like the interior design show at the end of September here in Vancouver as well. And other than that, those two shows have honestly kept us busy with orders and finishing up sort of our last few big custom millwork projects. We haven't really advertised much at all. I just did a little bit of Instagram advertising over the last week, and that went pretty well. And yeah, so we our next strategy is marketing for this thing. Absolutely.
Wow. I'm like, I mean, as an entrepreneur who sits at a desk all day, I'm constantly, which is so interesting. I my wife and I just bought my wife she bought this like we bought this chair, and it's really because I'm tired of sitting at this desk. And I was and I try to like it's so interesting like you are it when I always tell clients that like you're not selling a table, you're not selling a built-in, like you're not selling a chair, like you're solving a problem. And this is
Yes,
like literally a problem that you're solving. It's so cool. I love to see it because it's not like
thank you.
because a lot of furniture people just get all hyped up on their own designs, and they're like, "Oh, this is a this is my design." It's like, but I'd rather function that looks good, lead with function, and then make it look good afterwards. You know what I mean? And if you can marry both, then you have a winner. But that's really how what I mean, obviously you're cutting parts on your CNC and you're finishing with the obviously with the team or whatever. How big is your operation?
Our shop, so the woodworking part of the shop is about 3,200 square feet, so nothing crazy.
Hmm.
We have it's basically like 9 by 9 spray booth that we finish everything in. And a huge chunk of that right now is kind of dedicated to custom cabinetry and millwork and everything. So once we sort
Yeah.
of wind that down a little bit, we will be able to gain back some space for some more dedicated machinery and stuff like that for the chair, which is very exciting for us. And then we just took over the bay next to us is our upholstery shop now as well. So we're doing all our own in-house upholstery. We get all of our cushion foam molded in Toronto and then sent to us, and then we upholster. We make cushion covers basically around the upholstery. So
Yeah.
at the moment, we've got about 5,000 square feet, and we're going to turn like the front part of our bay that's the upholstery shop into a little bit of a showroom for the chair and for other pieces of furniture and things like that too. So
Could you explain what the holes in the side of the chair are? What are those?
yeah, so the whole thing is completely modular actually. So I'm actually sitting in my own right now.
Okay. So
And
it's probably the best one. It's the best.
no, this one was an earlier prototype. It's got some imperfections for sure, but it's not too bad. So the holes on the side of the chair accept all of our accessories. So like this is the headphone hook
Mhm.
here on it, kind of a thing, and I've got actually like a cup holder right here.
Okay. Wow.
And so it's completely modular with the holes. And then the ottoman will accept a monitor stand that we ship with the chair. All you got to
Yeah.
do is attach a monitor pretty much.
Hmm.
And we're constantly prototyping and iterating on new accessories to use with this thing from both from customer feedback and just sort of our own ideas and things. So yeah, the main attachment is a desk on the actual chair, and then we've got cup holder hooks, side table, mouse pad, uh, game controller holder, all kinds of things. And then on the ottoman, we have sort of the monitor holder, which you can actually do dual monitors on the ottoman if you really want. And then we actually,
Hmm.
because we've been showing this thing off at gaming conventions, people keep asking us about like ultra wides and huge, like 50-inch monitors and stuff like that. And we're just like, I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
if it
yeah,
could
yeah, yeah.
take that. But we recently did develop an accessory to take basically like a 50-inch monitor that weighs like 40 pounds. It's a little scary, but it works, and it's pretty wild. So yeah, they're all for all of our accessories.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. How is your brother working with you full time on this?
Not quite full time. He lives in Victoria, so just on the
Okay.
island, and he does all of our sort of back end business, customer service type of stuff.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
and he helps a lot with sort of our design and prototyping stuff. He'll have an idea, let us know. We'll prototype it and refine it a little bit, send it to him, and see what he thinks. And he'll work with us a little bit to refine as well. So that's sort of his role. I know he would like to be probably more hands on, but he has a lot going on. In
As a computer programmer
Yeah,
engineer. Yeah.
he's like a serial entrepreneur as well. He's just constantly working on new ideas and things, and yeah, he's still programming and everything as well. So he still works
Okay, but you're mainly this is your show. You're mainly running it.
for the most part. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's very cool. Um what how's this year been so for you so far?
This year's been pretty crazy. So we had a few bigger custom projects that I took on at the end of last year, and they all sort of fell right on top of each other the way the timing worked out. So I've been sort of trying to manage getting those done, and it's been going well. We're now at through those a little bit, and
Mhm.
with PAX East being at the start of the year, uh, we got a whole bunch of orders for the chair, so we're looking at like probably being booked into July, August for chair orders, and that's even without if I don't have any of the guys in the shop working on custom stuff, and they will be a little
Wow.
bit, yeah. So
How
it's
many
go
people does it take how many people does it take for you to build a chair?
right now. I have basically my shop foreman, Corey, who's been amazing. He's basically like our other partner, sort of a thing. He's taken on the full uh, design of the chair, and we bounce ideas off of each other all day long. We have two other guys in the shop, and then our upholsterer as well. And right now, I have the other two apprentices in the shop, just working on custom stuff right now. So Corey's a little bit on his own, just making chairs, and I'll sort of help out where I can. And then probably come mid-May, all three of us will be able to get 100% onto chairs. So,
Yeah. That's cool. That's
yeah.
awesome. If you were to have the choice, what would you spend your time doing? The
Oh,
chairs mainly, or
chairs, 100%.
yeah,
Custom cabinetry is a lot of work.
for sure.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about? I know we talked a little bit about your brother, but what is your background? Like,
Oh,
would you start?
I started at so coming out of high school, I worked at like Home Depot. Um,
Okay.
And I had a coworker there who's actually a journeyman cabinet maker, and her husband was the shop foreman of this really big millworking shop in Edmonton.
Yeah.
And she basically sent to me like one day, like, "Hey, if you're interested in woodworking," because I took it all through high school and junior high and stuff like that. And she said, like, I can get you a job at this company. So this company, Milltech, basically they do all the millwork for Sport Check, Canadian Tire, huge commercial millwork shop. And I started my apprenticeship there, and just sort of like my world was blown wide open into this into
Yeah.
this whole new realm of commercial woodworking. So yeah, after I think like 2 years being there, they had me helping out on installs, and I realized that I really liked that. So I went and worked for a contractor installing. That didn't really work out. So then I started working for a really big company in Edmonton, another really big company called Gem Cabinets, and they do about 15 kitchens a day in
That's
Edmonton.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was working in their shop, finishing up my apprenticeship. I started working service work for them, fixing up all of the mistakes that installers were making and stuff like that. And then I did a little bit of quality assurance for them as well. And right around that time, my wife decided she wanted to go to law school. So we moved out to Victoria, to the island, for her to go
Yeah.
to law school, and
Yeah.
I started working for a custom closet and cabinetry company on the island, and that operation was pretty small at the time. It was just a few of us working there, and they started introducing. I don't know if you know the program Mosaic. I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
The
Of course.
cabinetry
Yeah.
software. So they wanted to introduce that, and I was really the only one in the company who had any like CAD sort of knowledge.
Technical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they enlisted me to sort of get them up and running with Mosaic, and we did over about the course of a year. They had, I think, like 4 or 5 salespeople that I had to teach Mosaic to, and set up the whole thing. And they outsourced all of their CNCing to another CNC shop, so I was back and forth with them a whole lot. And yeah, I really learned a lot about the manufacturing of all of this stuff. So that was a huge help.
What were they called? What were they called?
That's so they were incredible closets when I started working for them. They're now incredible
Mm,
home because they started offering cabinetry because they could because of mosaic and everything. And
yeah.
they'll work with I don't know about now. They've sort of changed a little bit of the way they do things. They got a new bigger shop and things like that, but they'll work with a couple local manufacturers as well to give them all of their stuff, and then I think they're making all of their closet products in house as well. So
Cool. Very cool.
yeah,
Very. And then after that, then you moved over to North Van where you are.
yeah, you got it. My wife got a job downtown Vancouver, so we moved over here, and we weren't really sure what the future was going to look like, but yeah, while COVID was happening and everything, we just my brother and I were like, let's get the shop and let's give it a shot. And
That's
yeah,
cool.
here we are.
That's so cool. That's so cool. I know you. I'm just like nerding out a little. I was like, the wires though. Where do the wires go for the monitor? Do you have like you can tell that like you're like you've hit upon a problem that I have.
Totally. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's 100%. So it's pretty funny in our office right now. Like I still work from a desk in the office, because I have papers everywhere because I'm constantly working on drawings and stuff like that. But
Yeah, 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 yeah.
my shop foreman, Corey, he actually works from one of our chairs and absolutely loves it. So we just run the wires down. The monitor attachment has some holes in it so that you can actually like put Velcro ties or whatever down, and
Gotcha,
then yeah, we usually just run like a little cable like sleeve around the cables and run them to
gotcha.
whatever you're working off of, whether it be a laptop or an actual tower. And I think my brother's got his right beside his chair on the floor, kind of a thing, but
Sure.
it can kind of go wherever you want.
What is this scary to go all in on one product?
A little bit. Yes, it was.
That's kind of what I sense, right? Like it's like you have the skills, the tools are there, you can do anything, but then you got this thing and you got bills to pay and you got this education process for clients, like for potential customers, because you're like really introducing a brand new concept in the market. Like it's like so it's a little, half in, half out kind of situation, right?
Absolutely, yeah, and that was the thing. We weren't sure when to sort of exit the custom side of things or how to really
Yeah.
do that. But with our current amount of orders, it'll be probably pretty easy. And yeah, it was just kind of sort of chicken and the egg situation. Like, do we do we try and go all in on the chair? Do we sort of like, try and ease off custom stuff? And going and doing PAX West initially was really good to gauge the way that customers will react to this
Yeah.
product. And it's just been amazing. Everyone that sees it is basically like, "Oh my God, I want one of those."
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, it's kind of a game changer. Um, it's yeah, depending on the way that you work, like some people say, no, I can't give up my desk. I use it for way too much. And other people are just like, oh yeah, give me one of those right now.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Cool. All right. Well, this is a part of podcast where I give you any marketing or business advice. Is there anything that I could help you with?
Uh,
Any
I mean, our main thing at the moment is probably like our marketing strategy. I know you have a pretty extensive background in that side of things.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious what you think our next steps should be for marketing.
Yeah. So again, I what I really love, I mean, about this product is that it really solves a lot. I think I think the target demographic is literally everybody that works from home. Like everybody. And the other part, like it solves the desk problem, it solves the space problem, it solves like, and so for me, I would I would probably pick one to two demographics of people and only tell those stories, right? So right now the
Yeah,
story is around gamers, but I almost feel like gamers may not necessarily be 100% it, right? Like it is a very big, large demographic, but you're having them switch from their current paradigm to something else. Like again, for me, I don't know if you can see this. Can you see my chair?
yep, yep,
So like if I'm not here, I'm there.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I don't have it, and it's not comfortable, but it's comfortable, but it's not comfortable. What I really want is my monitor on that chair.
yeah,
Do you see what I'm saying? And
yeah,
so the switch for me is way easier than to switch from a gamer. And so that's the thing that I've found just in marketing in general. It's easier to have people switch to something that is easy because you're solving a problem that they already have versus to have them completely switch and change their whole mode of being.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I hate even talking about this stuff, but it's so necessary. It is like I feel like I've like just in terms of like marketing and sales, like being able to communicate and reduce friction is probably one of the biggest marketing lessons that anybody could ever teach anybody. Like, how do you make it easy for people to say yes, 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 yes? And so for me, I think, like, honestly, like, if okay, I could give you a gajillion ideas, but one of the best ideas is to find some work from home influencers and straight up partner with them. And I think about the themes that come out of this. There's design, there's aesthetic, there's lifestyle, there's productivity. Like your chair could be something that somebody's meditating in, listening to music in, right? Like I'm a big person of like mood and space. Like if this gets too much, I'll move here. If this gets too much, I just got a new wood shop, so I'll go there. I go
Yeah.
to a coffee shop down the street, right? Like so for me, space is like, but who am I? I'm a type of person that I'm an entrepreneur. I can literally work from
Right.
wherever. I'm literally your target demographic.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You understand? Like you just need to find like 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 entrepreneurs, consultants, creative people, content creators. That's literally your audience. I think the again, because your brother was a gamer, that made the most sense. You solved his problem. But I think the bigger, more easier transition, like I and you know when we're done, I'll text you a couple of people that I've
Okay,
been following lately that are just like, oh my god, these people, they're just like they would just be natural ambassadors for you.
awesome. Okay, yeah,
And so, but that's what I'm thinking. It's like you just need to spend more time trying to figure out how to talk to more people like me and
totally.
getting people like me and people with way bigger audiences to to talk about your story because like I said, it's beautiful and it solves a problem. It's not just beautiful.
Yeah,
I feel sorry for people that are like trying to launch a chair. I mean, like, oh my God, I can get that chair design off of YouTube. You know what I mean?
absolutely. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So, anyway, do you have a patent on this?
We do have an industrial design patent on it. Yes,
Cool.
it was really hard to get the actual design patent on it.
Yeah.
It was
But
basically
the
like,
industrial, the
yeah,
functionality part, you have a paction.
yeah,
So
yeah,
therefore,
absolutely,
you can come up with any old design and then introduce that functionality.
100%. Yeah, yeah.
Man, cool. Was that helpful?
That was very helpful. Yes, yeah. No, that's basically our next target is more work from home. Not the gaming realm sort of things, because it fills so many different, you know, roles for different
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
people. It's yeah, getting it into the hands of more professional type people to use it for sure.
Cool.
That's very helpful.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, tell everybody your website and your Instagram so that they can follow your work.
Totally. Our website is just batemanlabs.com, and our Instagram is Bateman Labs Inc., and that should lead you to us.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Andrew. And I look forward to staying in touch.
Of course, absolutely. Thank you, Steve.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.